Welcome back to our 8th video for chapter 3, chemical reactions and equations. And today we are going to study oxidation and reduction reactions and also understand what are redox reactions. Okay, so let us first understand what is oxidation reaction. When do we say that oxidation is taking place? There are certain conditions. First of all, when oxygen is added. That's the simplest definition when oxygen is added. So here you have magnesium plus oxygen giving you magnesium oxide. So oxygen is added to magnesium. So it is an oxidation reaction. Second is when hydrogen is removed. That is also called as oxidation. For example, magnesium hydride, MgH2. Hydrogen is removed to give you the metal of magnesium. Okay, so this is also an oxidation reaction. Then when electrons are donated or removed. We know that metals donate electrons. Okay, so therefore metals are donors and therefore that is also an oxidation reaction. And the non-metals accept electrons. So that will be reduction. Okay, so later when we study redox reaction, you'll understand that in many reactions, oxidation and reduction is happening simultaneously. Like in this example here, Fe is being oxidized because it is donating electrons and sulfur is accepting electrons, so it is being reduced. So there is both oxidation and reduction, but as we are studying oxidation, let's remember iron is donating electrons, so it is oxidized and it is an oxidation reaction. Then removal of hydrogen from saturated hydrocarbons forming unsaturated hydrocarbons. Now here if you see methane, CH3CH3, that is C2H6, and giving you, ethane, not methane, I'm sorry. Okay, ethane, C2H6, giving you ethene or ethylene. Okay, that is C2H4. So two hydrogens have been removed. So from a saturated hydrocarbon, you have got an unsaturated hydrocarbon. In the 9th standard, we have studied saturated and unsaturated hydrocarbons. Saturated hydrocarbons have all single bonds because they are saturated with hydrogens. On the other hand, when they lose hydrogen, they form a double or a triple bond. Okay, that is alkenes and alkynes. And then that reaction becomes an oxidation reaction because hydrogen has been removed. In fact, this is something like the second point when hydrogen is removed from a saturated hydrocarbon forming an unsaturated hydrocarbon. Then talking about reduction reaction, when oxygen is removed. Okay, contrary to oxidation where oxygen was added, here oxygen is removed. So here for example, silver oxide giving you silver and oxygen. When hydrogen is added, okay, contrary to oxidation where hydrogen was removed. Okay, so here hydrogen is added now. For example, NiO, nickel oxide plus hydrogen giving you nickel and water. Now nickel, if you see, oxygen has been removed, so actually there is oxidation first. Okay, and hydrogen and oxygen combining to give you water, H2O. Okay, now here again, as I told you, many reactions have redox reaction going on, reduction and oxidation. So in H2O, which one is being reduced, which is reduction and which is oxidation? So let us see, hydrogen is being added to oxygen. So that becomes reduction, and oxygen in turn is being added to hydrogen. So hydrogen is being oxidized. Okay, so actually here hydrogen is being added to oxygen to give us water. So that is a reduction reaction. Okay, then when electrons are accepted. On the contrary, for oxidation, we had when electrons are donated. Now we know that non-metals accept electron. For example, here oxide, O2 minus, accepts 2 electrons to give us oxygen. So in any reaction when non-metals are accepting electrons, that is a reduction reaction. Okay, so here on page 46 you have this question 6 actually. Identify from the following reaction the reactants that undergo oxidation and the ones that are undergoing reduction. You may find both happening in the same equation or you may find any one happening. Okay, now in the first case, Fe plus S giving us FeS, iron when heated strongly with sulfur gives us iron sulfide, FeS. Now who is donating? Now here is no oxygen, no hydrogen. So don't get confused. Oh, there's no hydrogen, no oxygen. So what type of reaction is this? Oxidation reduction. Simple. Now who is donating electrons? Metal, that is iron, is donating electrons. So oxidation of iron is taking place. Sulfur is accepting electrons. So therefore reduction of sulfur is taking place. Okay, so you can put under oxidation Fe and under reduction sulfur. Second case, silver oxide. Now this is a clear cut, oxygen is removed. So silver is being reduced. Okay, silver has been reduced because oxygen is removed. Third case, magnesium plus oxygen. Again a simple example here. Magnesium, oxygen is added. So magnesium is being oxidized to give you magnesium oxide. Last example, NiO plus H2. Once again, now nickel is being reduced. Okay, reduction of nickel is taking place because oxygen is removed. What is being oxidized then? Hydrogen is being oxidized because oxygen is being added to hydrogen. This is a redox reaction. Hydrogen is being oxidized and oxygen is being reduced. Okay, so both are happening simultaneously. That's a redox reaction. But if you have to write under column, then hydrogen is oxidized, nickel is reduced, and oxygen is also reduced because oxygen is adding hydrogen. Then what are oxidants or oxidizing agents? Now there are some chemical substances which bring about the oxidation by supplying that oxygen which is needed. Okay, which is normally called as a nascent oxygen. We have O2 as oxygen, but nascent oxygen is single O. Okay, which is normally written in a square bracket. So those chemicals which provide the oxygen needed and bring about oxidation are called as oxidants or oxidizing agent. For example, here you see ethyl alcohol, CH3CH2OH, ethyl alcohol getting converted into acetic acid. Okay, CH3COOH. Now one oxygen has been added. Ethyl alcohol had only one oxygen. Acetic acid has two oxygens. Who supplied this oxygen was K2Cr2O7, potassium dichromate acidified with sulfuric acid. We normally say it acidified potassium dichromate provided that nascent oxygen in order to oxidize ethyl alcohol to acetic acid. Therefore, acidified potassium dichromate is the oxidant or oxidizing agent. Okay, now a variety of oxidants are available and they are used to bring about various chemical reactions. Okay, especially to bring about oxidation reaction because these are oxidants. For example, acidified potassium dichromate, acidified potassium permanganate, KMnO4, okay, are commonly used as chemical oxidants. Also, hydrogen peroxide, H2O2, is used as a mild oxidant in many reactions. Ozone is also a chemical oxidant because it is O3. So it can break down to give you O2 plus nascent oxygen. So it can act as an oxidizing agent. Nascent oxygen is generally a chemical oxidant. Okay, now here you see O3 breaking to give you O2 and nascent oxygen. Hydrogen peroxide, H2O2, giving you H2O, water plus a nascent oxygen. But acidified potassium dichromate giving you 3 nascent oxygen. Potassium permanganate acidified again giving you 5 nascent oxygens. Okay, and nascent oxygen is a state prior to formation of O2 molecule. O plus O will give you O2. Then which is the oxidant used for purification of drinking water? Easiest one is ozone. Okay, because ozone can easily break into O2 and give us a nascent oxygen. So ozone is a strong oxidizing agent which is used or oxidant to treat water. It can oxidize metals into insoluble particles which can be strained or filtered and removed. Okay, moreover, ozone being a natural substance can again readily, if there are any nascent oxygens remaining after oxidizing the particles there, it can turn into O2 easily. Okay, why is potassium permanganate used for cleaning water tank? Because it is a strong oxidizing agent. Okay, so it can oxidize iron if there are metal particles like iron, manganese, also hydrogen sulfide gas into solid particles which then can be filtered and removed. Also oxidizes organic matter from the tank, thus removing the bad odor, unwanted taste. It can also destroy unwanted bacteria or fungi, and therefore potassium permanganate is normally used for cleaning tanks. Okay, so we'll stop here because it will become a lengthy video. Otherwise, I will explain to you what is I think I'll complete reductants first, and then for redox reaction I'll take in the next video. Just as we had oxidants, we also have reductants. Okay, these are chemical substances which bring about the reduction reaction. How do they bring about reduction? By taking away the oxygen or supplying the wanted hydrogen. For example, here vegetable oil, okay, is reduced by a reducing agent where nickel acts as a catalyst. So hydrogen is the reducing agent here. Nickel acts as a catalyst to speed up the reaction, and the vegetable oil gets converted into vegetable ghee, which we normally call as dalda. Okay, so this is how reductants normally supply hydrogen or remove the oxygen. In the next video, I'll take redox reaction. Till then, keep studying. Take care. Bye-bye.